Hello everybody and welcome to another Happy Travellers vlog.
Yep.
So today we just want to answer some questions, don't we?
Yep, we've had
quite a few little questions
yes.
over the past few weeks really, haven't we?
Yep, we have, mostly about technical matters and things.
And cockerels.
Yes.
Not really.
We're at, if you don't know, we're at Steve's sister's for a couple of days because we've all been doing medical things, and we're filming this too. The wind is really getting up here, so I'm worried that we're going to have a storm.
When we film in the garden, I noticed this on yesterday's vlog. That hasn't crowed all the time, right? But now we're recording. There's a lot more cock.
He hears our voices because we go down and see them, because I'm very fond of the chickens. I like to take them some weeds and some scraps. In fact, what I'm doing is I just peeled some potatoes, so I'm going to boil up the peelings and that, and I'll give them that tomorrow, because my nan used to do that for her chickens. So anyway, we'll press on.
Such is the exciting life of the Happy Travellers.
Yes, it is exciting, isn't it?
So, one of the questions was, have we considered an EFOI fuel cell instead of a generator? And the reason for that was because, you know, I'd suggested that maybe if the batteries needed charging up, I'd just run the engine for a while, which is, I have done that on occasion. You know, I've run the engine for 15 minutes and it's really charged the battery up. It's really helped. So, you know, have we considered an EFOI? And the answer to that is yes, we have, haven't we?
Yes, we have considered it.
And we looked again today at those, and I went through the whole sort of what model do you need sort of question thing. And it's quite, you know, it's quite a good questioning thing. What, you know, how much do you use? What battery bank have you got? So on and so on. And how much was it?
4,000.
No.
3,000.
It was 5,000.
Oh, 5,000. I knew something like that. A lot of money.
5,450 odd pound, £56 I think, something like that. So £5,500. So even if you weigh that off against £5 a night for electric hookup, it would take over 3 years to repay that hookup. You know, it's just not feasible at that sort of money, especially as we, you know, I don't think I'm going to need a generator. The amount of times we're going to have to maybe run the engine is so minimal. You know, we park in one place for maybe 10 days, 2 weeks maximum. And I think with 300 amp hours of battery power, a couple of decent solar panels, we're going to be okay.
Yeah.
And by the way, we're going south for the darker times, you know. So I don't think we're going to. It's way too expensive. Of course.
It's going to be like those little birds and fly south for the winter.
If
you know the winter's coming when they fly away, don't you? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll be doing that.
Yeah.
If anybody wants,
and I wish that cockerel would fly south for the winter.
Well, I was going to say, if anybody wants to crowdfund an EFOI Comfort 210, we'll have it. But we can't pay for it.
No.
Yeah. No. Anyway.
But there is a cockerel here, one or two of them, looking for a good home. So if anyone's interested in that, leave it in the comments down below. Yeah,
if you want a cockerel, you might need it to wake you up in the morning. Put a comment in down there.
Because,
So another question we've had is, what's it cost to run your van? You know, how many miles to the gallon you get? Now let's just make this clear. It's a Auto Trail Comanche 3-litre diesel engine on a Fiat Ducato. So over time, all the time we've had it, it has consistently performed at about 28 miles to the gallon. And it sort of doesn't matter how I drive. I drive pretty carefully. I mean, if I've really got my foot down and doing 60 on motorways and, you know, sort of really accelerating hard around smaller roads, it drops down to about 24 average. But we keep it up around 28 on a good journey, on a little short journey where, you know, we're short road onto the motorway and then a long motorway journey and then a short road to where we park. It can get up to 30 to the gallon. So not bad at all, actually, is it?
No, I think that's good. People have said just that's good.
Yeah.
You get good mileage out of it.
And you have to bear in mind that I do like to keep the fuel economy pretty good, because these days with fuel costs, it costs nearly £100 to fill it up. In fact, I was a bit shocked. A couple of fill-ups ago, we went into one of those Tesco pay at the pump things.
Yes.
I put the debit card in, you know, authorised £99, and I thought, oh, that, you know, it'll stop before then. Well, it didn't.
No, that was all you could get, wasn't it?
It went up to £99, and that was the maximum amount of money I could spend in the pay at the pump thing. Although it did just about fill it. The needle read full, but we were really running on fumes at that point, which I know we should never do. And I do try to fill up when we get down to a quarter full, no less. But there you go. Yeah, what were the other questions we had? We had other questions. On the cost thing, Wendy's decided, haven't you, what you're going to do?
I've got a new book actually that I got from Poundland, and it's got different sections, like a notebook thing. So I'm going to record all our expenses.
For October.
Yeah, and Steve will work out the mile. I'll write down the petrol and everything, but Steve will work out the miles per gallon. So we'll tell you, and the gas and the LPG. So we want to do this for ourselves because it's very interesting. Because when we go to Spain, I want to see if it really is cheaper to spend the time in Spain than in the winter time than it would be in England. But also, not only apart from the seasons, is it cheaper to live in Spain in your motorhome than in England? So probably I might need to do it more than 1 month. You know, I might do a couple of months in England, and then we might do a couple of months in Spain.
Yeah. So we'll do October, November in England, and then we're going to Europe at the end of November time, and then we'll be down there until, well, the end of February. So we're coming back in March time. So we'll be able to say what our journey's like and what the costs are, and you know, leave you to work out the, you know, because we'll be spending in euros when we go to Europe, obviously, and I don't want to do the calculation because it won't ever be accurate. We can tell you how many euros, and you can work out what against the current exchange rate, because the exchange rate will change as we move around, and I can't know what the exchange rate was for what we spent.
And it's hard to get a real good picture because everyone's got different ideas about what's essential to buy and to spend. And then if they say, is it cheaper living in a motorhome than in a house? Well, that can be so varied because the size of the house where it is, the expenses there, so it's very difficult to know. But I think if it's not too expensive and you can just do motorhome, and if it makes you happy, or live in a flat if it makes you happy, or have both, maybe whatever you want to.
One other question that we've had is, have we regretted moving into a motorhome?
No, I never have regretted it. I would not have met the lovely people we have. We wouldn't have done this YouTube channel and met lovely people through that. And we wouldn't have seen so many lovely sights. We would never have done. And everywhere is so interesting. It's made us really good. The worst regret I have is two of them, is having not seen our sons and grandchildren so much, because I love them all so much. And having to part with a lot of possessions. Yes. I mean, those are old things, and that made me very sad. So that's the only two things. But I can get over the possessions, I think, but I can't get over, you know, it's hard. But when we do meet them, we have such lovely times.
Yeah, so
you know. But
the other sort of questions we've had recently is, and this applies to, well, I think I've been asked this question like 4 or 5 times over the last 3 months. Is it worth joining one of the clubs or all of the clubs? You know, is it worth joining the caravan and motorhome club, the camping and caravan club, the motor caravanners club? You know, is it worth joining any of those? You know, the big clubs. Yes. And we're members of
all
those
clubs.
3 clubs,
yeah.
plus the Auto Trail Owners Club. And I've got to say, from the 3 big clubs that you would, you know, immediately know about, I would say the Motor Caravanners Club is probably the most worthwhile.
Yes. Yeah.
And
we have enjoyed staying with them far more than the others, but the others are quite either perhaps join one of them, because there are times maybe when you need a
CL site.
Yeah,
you need a little site to go and stay on that's you know, low cost, but it has electric hookup. You might need that. And you know, the MCC don't usually provide
well, they
that
do.
Sort of stuff.
They do, but not so many. They
No.
do, but not so
No.
many. But I would be happy to drop both of the big clubs, I think. But then again, we might want to go on a rally with the Camping and Caravan Club in abroad. They run nice ones, I've been told, a few times.
Yeah, so it really is.
Know.
My view, and I think if you were going to choose one club to join, I'd join the MCC.
Yes, so would I.
Yeah,
They're valuable.
above the other, because the others are expensive.
Yeah, they are.
You know, they're knocking on 50-60 quid a year each. Their site prices are
going up,
creeping up.
Yep, and up and
every month. They seem to add another 2 or 3 quid on, and then you know, and start to charge you for extra bits and pieces. So they're becoming not focused around the members. Rather, they're becoming a bigger business, which you know is a bit sad, really.
Well, you can if you just speak to anybody at the Motor Caravanners Club, they'll always help you. You got any problems with your vans or any problems where to stay, anything? They're the kindest people.
There's that big thing we found out that we didn't know. I was shocked we didn't know about that. And we hadn't been told. There's a big thing about the MCC.
Yeah.
Out of season, you can go and stay on a haven holiday, or it's not all of them, but they're listed in the book. You can go and stay on a haven holiday Monday to Friday.
Yeah.
So I think it's four nights for 30 quid.
And it's
so £7.50 a night with electric hookup out of season. I don't know anywhere else you can get that from a standard site.
No, I don't know of it
especially
anywhere.
a haven holiday site. Because they are quite good, actually. You know, they've got the little bars and restaurants on site. Maybe they have a swimming pool and leisure facilities. So out of season, £7.50 a night if you book 4 nights. Blooming hell. That's it for today, isn't it?
Yes, it is, darling. Yes.
If you've enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up. And don't forget, if you want to follow us on our journey around the UK and Europe, living full-time in our motorhome, press the subscribe button. And if you want to be a super subscriber, go ahead and ring my bell. It's just down there. Okay, we're going to see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thanks for watching.